All right, here we are, guys. The map is, of course, Incineration Zone, the starting map for the starting round in Ye Olde map tournament. And at the bottom of it, in the 6 o'clock position, we have our pink Terran player from the team Vile. It is Illusion. And up at the top of the map, on the left side, in the red, from the team Evil Geniuses, it is iNcontroL.
And they collectively said good luck, have fun at the beginning of this game. So this is certainly going to be very interesting for both these players. It's kind of a contrast of styles as well. You know, iNcontroL has been in the scene for quite a while.
Yeah.
Played in some very high-profile tournaments, done well in them. And Illusion is a big up-and-comer. Young kid right now.
Oh,
but,
man, he is so good.
He is dominating some tournaments.
So
he made
good.
it all the way to, I forgot, I think it was like losers round 7 or 8 in the open bracket at IPL 4, the round before the qualification round. So he was one of the top 3 foreigners out of that open bracket.
He beat Oz, didn't he?
Yeah,
I believe he did. He beat Oz. Oz is a really good PVTer, and Illusion beat him. You know what?
I hear he's GSL Coda semifinalist.
He certainly is. And you know what? Illusion also, qualified. He did well enough to get to the IM event in South America that they had a couple months ago.
Yep.
This kid has really made an impression on the foreign scene, and we'll have to see if he can be our second Terran to advance in the tournament. You know, we talked about it. QXC might be the only Terran to get onto the second round if Illusion loses to iNcontroL here. But let's talk a little bit about iNcontroL. You mentioned that he was very prevalent in the early days of StarCraft 2. That is quite true. He was also prevalent for being a little bit cheesy from time to time. He loved his cannon rushes. He did DTs quite a bit. Generally, he liked to do things on these maps that just kind of straight up messed up his opponents, right?
Yeah.
He wanted to throw them off their game plan and just kind of go from there. So we'll have to see if he tries to throw off Illusion here. It's a small map, so you can do a lot of stuff. But so far, pretty standard play from both our players.
Very much so. We'll see if Illusion wants to follow this up with a second barracks. If it's going to be, I would doubt it's some sort of early Reaper expand or something like that. But yeah,
these to separate these two workers, man. They just keep fighting.
Look at how much damage this probe has done, though. So that SCV is quite far down in health, and if I select a lot of the other ones, they're over here actually mining gas. But you can see that all of these are pretty injured as well.
Yeah, no kidding, man. I mean, that probe has been really doing a great job. Oh, uh-oh. He's finally going to fight the Marine. He's going to fight everybody. That was the bravest probe. That was a somewhat psychotic probe, actually. It was good. It was good to put him down. Rogue robots, you never want to let those guys go too far.
That's true.
Skynet, the Matrix.
The bravest probe I ever did see.
Never turns out well. That thing in RoboCop that kind of looked like a mech, but nobody was driving it because it was a robot.
That's true.
Went crazy and killed people.
I still have nightmares of Skynet every now and again. Actually, did have a legitimate nightmare of Skynet at one point. Yes,
really?
I am not proud to admit this publicly, but I was in high school and I had a legit nightmare that Skynet somehow, well, obviously did what Skynet does, but turned everyone against each other, and we had some sort of big war. It was terrible. I had a nightmare once that every Terminator movie after Terminator 2 was bad, and oh wait, it came true. Wait a second, that actually happened. Oh no! Oh no! Life has become my nightmare. Oh, well, nightmare for that SCV2. He did not last long. And looks like we have a Robo from iNcontroL taking a page out of Axlav and Noni's books here. Going for that 2-gate Immortal build. And you know what? It's quite a popular build. It is quite good. In fact, he's actually going to go 3-gate Robo with this. Yes, he is. Yep. So he's got his 3rd gate coming down now. It'll finish up here in just a little bit. It's actually nicely timed for when that warp gate technology does finish up. We'll see what iNcontroL, if he decides to do the same sort of thing that Noni did with the 2 Immortal push because of those short walk distances here. Yeah, it can work out for him. Illusion, though, of course, he's got a lot of gas saved up. Is he going to start straight for Cloak Banshees? He is. Yes, he is indeed. And with iNcontroL at the robotics facility already out, it's going to be fairly easy for him to get out and observe. We'll have to see if he does later. I'm actually a little bit surprised that he went up to 3 gateways with this. Most Protoss players will go for 2. If you're just chain pumping out Immortals, you really can't support 3 full gateways, you know? So iNcontroL is going to have like kind of this big burst of units early on, but just like a 4-gate in that situation, you're going to taper off because you can't support 4 gateways on one base. So he's going to have like this big surge, and then it's going to sort of fall off. So he's going to need to do damage early, and it looks like he's planning on just going through the back. Yeah, that certainly is true. We have a Banshee just about to pop out as well. Now, on normal maps, you can have that Banshee pop out even with starting Cloak first, and by the time it gets to your opponent's base, Cloak is about finished.
Generally,
not the case on Incineration Zone, as we can see. Banshee making its way out. Cloak still has about 30 seconds before it finishes.
Yep, and we'll have to see how iNcontroL responds to this. This is actually good timing for him because his Immortal just finishing right now. Looks like he's going to at least lose 1 sentry here.
Yeah, actually, that's not good for iNcontroL. 2! Wow. That Banshee is already, man, almost nabs a 3rd sentry as well, down to very low and health. He sees the rocks being broken down as well.
iNcontroL, okay, there we go. There's the Observer. He wasn't starting it right away. I was a bit surprised. He's like, well, did he think there wasn't Cloak because the Banshee didn't Cloak? So, but iNcontroL, playing it safe, getting that Observer on. I love this by Illusion. So many players not taking the time to repair their Hellions, repair their Banshees. And Illusion obviously realizing that it's much better to have a full health Banshee than a no health Banshee.
Yeah, very much so. And he can actually poke away at these Immortals a little bit, but these destructible rocks are falling apart. They are done. We'll see how much iNcontroL wants to push this right now. As we can see, most of the units rallying back for Illusion. iNcontroL continuing to push in now. The supply depot will die quickly if it's not repaired up, but the Banshees are the priority here. They're finally, Guardian Shield does go down. iNcontroL going to continue making his way up, and he is going to take out that supply depot.
Supply blocking Illusion as well here, and he has not shown Cloak yet. He's trying to get the drop on iNcontroL, but the Observer's already there. It doesn't matter when he cloaks. SCV's coming off the line. It is not looking too good for Illusion here. The Starport getting focused down.
Yeah, actually about dead, and there it goes.
Yep.
So, and this Thor still has a very long time before it makes its way out. The Observer's still floating overhead. The Banshees, though, just have 1 Stalker to go through, and just the Immortals are remaining.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, those Immortals aren't going to get away. It might have been better, actually, just to kind of leave them there and focus down some add-ons or something here. But iNcontroL as it is, he's going to lose both Immortals before he's able to reinforce with enough Stalkers to go after this. Oh, he actually gets one away. Wow. And what's the health on those Banshees? 1 fairly low, but the Thor for Illusion is about ready to pop up. That's going to do quite well against those Stalkers, of course, especially if it's mass repaired.
Yes, it is. He's already pulled a few SCVs off the line. He has 2 command centers down and is starting to double produce those SCVs as well. And iNcontroL delaying for just a little bit, allowing the shields to come back on the Immortal, allowing a few more reinforcements to make their way up to the front.
Yep, 1 more big push from iNcontroL here. He's going to really need to do damage with this. If Illusion holds it off, with that 2nd command center, he's going to have a nice little economic advantage. Oh, 1 Banshee immediately getting taken out.
Yes, it does. And it looks like iNcontroL trying to go after this factory as well. The 2nd Thor is started. He's going to have to repair up that Thor. No, he's repairing up the factory for now, and the Thor is going to get shot down. And there it is. GG. Game number 1 going to Evil Genius's iNcontroL.